Today is December the 19th, 2023. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster updates. There's no news on a Bloodborne Remaster today, but oh my goodness, do we have news to talk about. So, of course, 10 minutes after I record yesterday's update and put it up, I open Twitter and I see the Insomniac leak. So I'm not going to be showing any footage because they will drop the hammer on me quickly. But I will be saying everything I've seen, because I've seen pretty much everything that's been leaked so far. So, let's start with the big one. Wolverine gameplay. So, it is a God of War-like, God of War 2018 to be specific. It is kind of like those. However, I do have a concern that it's very, very similar to Spider-Man. Now, I know Wolverine has climbed walls in the past. He does it in the X-Men Origins game that I love so much, and he does it in Wolverine's Revenge. It's a terrible game. But, despite it being kind of similar to Spider-Man, it looks pretty solid. It looks brutal. It looks snappy. Now, this is very early in development. It's missing a lot of animations, a lot of transitional animations. So it's still very, very, very early. But it looks really good. The actor sounds very good. His name was Liam McIntyre or something like that. He sounds good. I wanted the guy from X-Men Evolution to play him. I don't remember his name, but I kind of wanted him to do it. But then we're looking for somebody who could do the mocap and the voice, I bet. So this kind of makes sense. But I think that Wolverine's face looks good. They kind of nailed the grizzly look that Wolverine always has. And they very much got the voice right. I think it could be a bit more gruff sounding, but overall, I think Wolverine sounds pretty good. Combat looks snappy. Voice work is pretty good. The enemies that we've seen are really cool. You fight a variety of enemies like the Hand, the Reavers, Boulevard Trask's people. At least I'm assuming just from the dialogue we heard. We've seen plenty of Marvel characters already showing up in it. We've seen Mystique. We saw Jean Grey. There were several others that we saw. A lot of the story got leaked. I did read through that. Several Wolverine's villains are there. Sabretooth, Omega Red, people like that. So overall, I'd say Wolverine looks very, very strong. However, the leaked release date does hurt a bit. So I saw two things. One saying it's coming in 2025. The other saying it's coming in 2026. I believe it's now 2026 because something else is coming in 2025. Among their leaked projects was Venom the Lethal Protector. This is a midpoint between Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, and this is going to be tying up the Carnage loose end from Spider-Man 2, and we'll be switching from Venom to the Spider People. I'm assuming it'll probably be like Venom, Miles, and maybe a little bit of Peter, because Peter's on a break right now. I guess they're probably saving Silk or Cindy Moon for Spider-Man 3, but yeah, Venom Lethal Protector sounds good. We don't really know much else other than it's tying up the Carnage subplot and that Carnage will be spreading all over the city. They just gotta go with that all the time, don't they? Whenever there's a symbiote involved, hey, there's a plan to infest all of New York with symbiotes. But sounds pretty cool. I'm really hoping that they go with Eddie Brock for this game. Don't try anything else. Just give Eddie Brock the suit. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with anybody else. Gargan doesn't work. Agent Venom is his own thing, although they already did that too. Harry Osborn just doesn't work as Venom. It sucks. I hated Venom in this game, and I really want Eddie Brock's Venom to show up in this and be his own thing in that. Online is supposedly going to be a thing for the next few games. Now, I saw two things. One, that in 2024 there was a plan for Spider-Man 2 to get some DLC as well as some online with it. Some sort of online functionality, some Spider-Verse stuff, according to the leaks. But I also saw another thing that said they're pretty much just going to do the DLC for Spider-Man 2 and then save the online stuff for Wolverine and... Thank you, Axel. For Wolverine and Spider-Man 3. Wolverine is not coming till 2026, and Spider-Man 3 is not coming till 2028, with Venom coming in 2025. I forgot to mention that. But supposedly, Wolverine and Spider-Man 3 will have some sort of online functionality. As for Spider-Man 2, I heard that, I think I saw somewhere that it got canceled, so they're going to put it in the next two games. I guess I'm fine with this, I'm really looking forward to see what this DLC has. Maybe it's got something with Daredevil and the Hand in it, especially since we know that the Hand is in the Wolverine game. Also, there was one really cool part of it, even though the game is very early on, in the Wolverine gameplay I saw, he does literally pull a samurai sword out of his back and chuck it in somebody else's face, so that was pretty sick. Let's see here. There is a new Ratchet and Clank game coming, I think around 2029 is what it said. And then from sometime between 2030 and 2035, they have the license to release an X-Men game. I love the X-Men. There are two things. I don't care about the Avengers. There are two teams in Marvel I love. I love the Fantastic Four, and I love the X-Men. Let me see the X-Men. I'm actually pretty excited for this. Do I trust Insomniac not to mess it up? I guess so. They don't really mess up things. They just make good things, but not great things. But we'll see. You know, this Wolverine game is looking pretty solid, so we'll see if X-Men comes out being really good. Any other details about these games I want to go over? We talked about Venom. We talked about Wolverine. There are like some good uses of his senses. You know, this kind of reminds me. It's kind of like a mix between X-Men Origins feral senses and Arkham stuff, where you find crimes, where you look at crimes and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff from what I saw. Like I said, it's very, very early on. I'm not going to be posting any links to any footage because that might get me hit with something. So if you want to see anything, I'll leave the Discord linked in the comments. I think somebody sent some stuff in there. Wasn't me, YouTube. Please don't kill me. But so far, I mean, hey, game looks great. You know, this is a sad thing for Insomniac, sure, but one thing's for sure. The game looks good. I mean, you got people interested. You got way more people hyped for it now than you did before. Now, there are, of course, some contrarians who see it and say, oh, you know, this looks horrible. Like, no. We said the same thing about GTA 6 2 years ago. Came out now, or we see the trailer now. Looks amazing, right? I don't want to hear any of this. The game looks good. We got to see some Wolverine's classic suits. We're all over the place here, but there's a lot to go over, man. We got to see his classic suit, the orange and brown suit, my personal favorite outfit from Wolverine's closet. Very, very good. That's all I gotta say. Playable characters for Wolverine. I didn't mention this. Jean Grey we've seen as playable. Mystique is probably playable. Some other stuff like that. You know, game looks it's shaping up to be good. There is something a bit scary in it though, in that I'm talking faster than my brain can catch up to what I'm saying. Sorry, there's just so much, and I'm already at 7 minutes. Apparently, there's a bootable version of Wolverine in this 1 terabyte of stuff that got leaked. Now, it requires a PS5 dev kit, but it's got to be possible to export that onto some jailbroken hardware and get it running, and that's going to be bad. that's going to be real bad if that happens. That's going to be a lot of stuff leaked if that happens, man. So that's pretty much everything from the Insomniac leak. Now, there were some other things that got leaked, which I'll tag on right here at the end. Bloodborne sales got leaked. They haven't updated us on these numbers in a long time, since it was like 4 million copies. Apparently, Bloodborne sales now at 7.6 million. Very, very good to see. Why ain't Sony making another one? Like, just come on, man. How many days do I have to do this before it happens? This game sold 7.6 million copies. I would imagine at least 2 or 3 million of those specifically came from Elden Ring doing so well. What are you doing, Sony? You're fumbling. Art from Bluepoint's next project got leaked. It is a new IP. It's not like I thought, oh, a new original project, but not a new IP. Wink, wink. I was thinking, oh, Bloodborne. Nah, I think it looks like a new IP, but still looks neat, I guess. And we'll tag on right here at the end. I put up a poll about Dante versus Kratos. Go vote in that. And I want to cap this off by saying DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition is really good. So yeah, that's about it. We had a lot to go over. This is my longest daily update yet, but there's so many leaks. Insomniac's future is looking bright. I don't know how they do it, man. You got Naughty Dog, who makes one mid-game every couple years, with the exception of The Last of Us 1. And then you have Insomniac, who's just like, nah, we're still putting out games like it's the PS2, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess that's about it. There's no news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for December the 19th, 2023. Damn, this was a long update.